welcome to Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, to Wednesday night meditation. So lovely to have you all here, and a special welcome to our younger guests this evening. We look forward to meditating with you and seeing what your experience is like. So today I'd like to welcome our practitioner, Debbie Fishburne. And we were going to start with lighting the flames of faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we are holding for them here at the center. As Debbie lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. I surrender. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender, I trust in God.
Let's just gently join our consciousness together in the knowing that there is but one presence, one life, one divine light. This essence, by whatever name we give it, spirit or God or love, mind, intelligence. It doesn't matter what name we give it, only that we know it is forever expanding, everywhere present, unlimited in nature, pure light, love. And I know as I speak my word for everyone here tonight that I am one with it. I am a whole and complete perfect expression of it, a divine spark of the divine light. I just allow all illusions of separation to dissolve away, deeply knowing my unity with the one life. I just know we are here by divine appointment, that we are open at the top, our hearts are open, our minds are open, we just come together in this beautiful energy to sit in this loving space, allowing our sacredness, our divinity, our knowing to deepen. I know that this healing service unfolds in complete and perfect perfection, from our AV to our beautiful speaker tonight, Venu, to all those present here and online. We are all here by divine appointment. And I'm so filled with love and joy and gratitude for this knowing. I gently release my word to the law, knowing it is done. It is so, for the highest good of all concerned. And so we join together and say, and so it is. Welcome. So this is so interesting. We have some younger attendants today. So I hope whatever I'm going to tell a little short story. So it should be fine. It's funny. I've been in this space of, I couldn't put the word on it. Just not quite centered. Just feeling like, life was a little going fast. And so I picked up, as we are wont to do in this teaching, I picked up a little spiritual storybook that Reverend Dr. Maureen had read from, and I so loved it, I bought it. And I said, I'm just going to go back to the holy man. And it's a story about this holy man who lives up in this beautiful mountain. And every spring and summer, people come and they wait in line to be blessed by him, to see him, to be healed by him. And it's tiny little bits of everyone in line's little what they're going for. And I was feeling just so off one night, and I read this and I said, yes, this is what I'm feeling. And the chapter is called Exasperation. And when I read that, I didn't even register, that's what I'm feeling. I'm exasperated. But when I went back to pull this up, I saw that today. And so it's about, just briefly, this little segment of the story is that there are 4 women in this line, and they wait there, and it could be weeks, and they camp out, and you form relationships with the other people in front of you and behind you in line. And they're talking about this woman who so wanted her grandchildren to write to her and tell her that they loved her. And then she just had it that this was the only way that she would know that they loved her. And so she sees the holy man, right? All 4 women go through, and they see the holy man, and she comes out the other side, and she's, I have it. And they're talking about this other man comes out right after them, and he starts to kind of talk about, no, you have every right to expect your grandchildren to behave in this way. And, and she has this glimmer, and then she loses it. And so the 3 women are watching her and this man go off together. And one of the women says, I could kill her, one of them said, in total exasperation. Right? How many times have I said that? In total exasperation. And the other 2 ladies laugh. And they said, so she says, how do you treat someone like a holy person when they're acting like a complete fool, when they just don't get it, said the exasperated one. Maybe, the other woman says, it'll seep in after time. Maybe she just needs time to have it, seep in, or maybe that person will leave her and she won't be under that influence anymore. This other woman says, but if we're going to have trouble treating a nice woman like Liv as if she were holy, how will we do with mean people, with cheats and liars and racists? And another woman says, maybe people like that have never been treated kindly and courteously before. Maybe when we're nice, they'll be nice back. And if they're not, we just don't let it bother us because we have nothing writing on it. I think that's the secret, not to be invested in their behavior, not to get exasperated and want to kill them. She laughed. It will be easy. What's hard about being decent to everyone? So Liv got it there for a minute there, but then she lost it. But it'll come back. So they talk about, what do you do with this person who's influencing her? And, they're talking about that. And so the other woman says, no, the idea is not to judge him or anybody. We have to give up getting mad at people for how they think or act. Give up having prejudice about right and wrong. We'll just be wimps then, spineless, and not stand up for anything or against anything. And the other woman says, no, we will have peace of mind and the freedom of mind to see into the truth of things. And I was like, if that is not our teaching right there, that, it's I think the best and the hardest thing about this philosophy, right? It's choice. It's our choice. It's our choice. How do we hold things? How do we internalize them? And then the way we internalize it is what the mirror is out there that shows us. So if we want understanding, right, be understanding with ourselves. If we want peace, be peaceful. If we want love, be filled with love. Give love. And when we're exasperated, go to the Holy Man book. So I just had to share that because and it was so funny that I did not even read the word exasperated until today. It's just the way this teaching works. So and I'm so thankful I got to share that with you today. So we're going to just have a couple of announcements. Just so you know, practitioners are available online at CSLGH.org. Seeking out a practitioner is, it's just the best thing. Sometimes when you're feeling exasperated, that's the time to do it. So starting this Sunday, September 15th, there's going to be a new Zoom meeting ID for fellowship. So please make sure you email Lissa. It will be on the screen on Sunday, so you can get it there, and I believe it'll also be in the constant contact. And this Sunday also is our potluck. We get together, we have a great spread, we sit and we eat and we commune, and we have the best time. Bring a dish to share, and it will be after our second service. September 15th is very busy. Also, Animal Kinship Group is from 1 to 1:40 via Zoom that day. You can email Reverend Kathy for details or look at it in the constant contact. Tuesday, September 17th is the Spiritual Unity Movement will be hosting the full moon celebration, and it's a corn moon, in case you wanted to know, at 7 p.m. And then next Wednesday, Wayne McDonald will be hosting the Healing Tibetan Sound Meditation with his singing bowls. Spectacular, not to be missed. So wonderful. And then also Wednesday, the 18th, our own Venu will be having a Sangha Fall series from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. and also in the constant contact, I'm sure. And then Wednesday, September 25th at 7 p.m., we are doing a celebration of inspiring music of Wayne Moore. This is a benefit concert for our center. There's more information in Sparks Hall. And then starting Monday, September 30th, from 6:30 to 9, the Science of Mind Foundations class is going to be starting. It's going to be facilitated by our own Reverend Nancy Woods and Andrea Recht. It is a hybrid class, so you can do it in person or online. And then Teresa James. If you come on a Sunday and hear Teresa play, she's going to be at the Write-Off Room Friday, September 13th. That's this Friday at 8 p.m. I also want to prepare you guys. The street fair, the Granada Hills Street Fair, is coming up on October 19th. We are looking for volunteers. It's also really fun for the kids, fun for the whole family. Food, drinks, booths, lots of great fun. And I just very quickly want to shout out, yes, it is that time again when my event, the Purple Walk, it's a Purple 5K walk for domestic violence awareness. It is in Santa Clarita. It's October 5th. If you want more information, there's flyers out in Sparks Hall. My team is Purple Storm, and I would love to have everyone join me and or sponsor me. It's a great outreach for a really good community endeavor. So that is our announcements, and now the wonderful Venu will take us into meditation.
My goodness, we have a lot going on here at the center. But you know what I was thinking, Debbie, as you were reading those, I was like, what a lovely shift. Like, for so long, there was like nothing going on, and now there's so much going on. You have to pick and choose, and isn't that a wonderful thing? Like the abundance of options of things to do, and like pick what resonates with you. And if for any of you are like, that was too much, I didn't get it all, we do have a newsletter that goes out every single week. And if you're not on our list, please just reach out. You can just email our admin here at CSLGH, and I think it's admin@cslgh.com, and just say, I'd love to get on your newsletter. And that way you don't have to sit there, scribble all these down during the announcement. You have all of the information in front of you. So yes, and Sunday is our potluck, and it's always a fun time. It's probably our busiest Sundays. I feel like everyone shows up to service on the Sundays that we have a potluck, because who doesn't like to share a meal with loved ones, right? So, all righty, well, welcome again. I want to share that last night I was talking to my friend, Mary, who you've met, and we were on the phone, and she had her teenage daughter in the car, and somehow it came up around me speaking tonight, and unrelated to what has actually appeared today, I said, because she had her teenage daughter, I said, I feel this desire to have more meditations, more conversations in our teaching with younger people. I know we have our kids' church, and I know we have, Ginny with her program, and it's so wonderful. And I was thinking, what happened? We used to have teenagers here. We used to have more, and I just want more and more. I think we all have been visioning that for our center. And so it was so lovely today when you walked in to say, for those of you online who I know you can't see who's in the audience, but we have two 10-year-olds here, and it's so lovely. And yes, hi. So raise your hand if you've never meditated before. Okay, so everyone's done some sort of meditation. What I'd like to start off by saying is, me personally, there's no right or wrong way to meditate for me, and what I say to people. Because the reason I say this is, I know a lot of people who have been through certain schoolings of meditation, certain methodologies, and that works for them, and that's beautiful. But I also have friends who give up really fast because they're like, I'm horrible at this. I don't know how to meditate. I feel like I'm doing it all wrong. Right now, my niece thinks meditating means just to go to sleep, because whenever she sits with me, she ends up falling asleep. So I'm worried she's going to think that's what meditation is. But I'm like, that's okay, because something relaxes within her, right? So I'd like to just offer that invitation tonight that however you're feeling, if you're hot, if you're cold, if you're uncomfortable, if you're sitting in a chair with your feet on the ground, or if you're sitting like me on the floor, or, if today all you can do is, I'm going to lay down in bed and do this, that's okay too. Because the most important part is that you are here. The most important part about this is that you showed up. And what a beautiful gift that is for ourselves. It's a beautiful gift we give ourselves, this time together, this time that we're together, but really we're here to be with our own self. It's this gift of time, carving out of our busy lives to say, you know what, I deserve this. I'm honoring my mind, my body, my soul by taking out this time to just be. All the to-do lists, everything that has to get done before bedtime, the homework, tomorrow's to-dos, they're all going to still be there. And they will get done. Because we all know this about ourselves. We may procrastinate, we may put it off, but we get what we need done. So why not take this time out? And this is here at the center. It's just once a week, but we can do this every day at home. And it doesn't have to be an hour long. If you have 10 minutes a day, take that 10 minutes out and just be with yourselves. I love that Debbie brought up the Holy Man. I haven't read it in a while, but I'm going to go back and read it. But what I was thinking of as you were speaking about this person and how she was getting agitated and how we deal with people in our lives, that is one of the benefits of meditating, is that we become more expansive. We can hold space for things. We can take a beat. We don't react as quickly. We have ripple effects. It's not just that, while I'm sitting here in this time, I'm a peaceful person. I hope that when I leave here, I'm at least a tiny bit more peaceful, even if it doesn't seem like it. I know in the depths of my being that I'm not the same person that I was without it. Even when I get exasperated, even when I'm agitated, even when the neighbor makes too much noise. We're going to always have something. There's going to be someone in our school who maybe says something to us or hurts our feelings. There's somebody at work that maybe we're not getting along with at this moment. These are just part of being human, right? There are days where we just float on by and everything's beautiful and not a single bump in the road. And then there are days where we're like, oh my gosh, I just want to go to bed and wake up tomorrow again, right? We all had those days? Yeah. I wanted to share, before we go into the meditation, I want to share a couple of things. I was reading this article in Lion's Roar. It's a magazine that showcases spiritual teachers and such. And Pema Chodron was in this an article, and she talks about reasons to meditate. I didn't print out the whole article, but I just took out a few snippets that I wanted to share. Meditation gives us the opportunity to have an open, compassionate attentiveness to whatever is going on. The meditative space is like the big sky, spacious, vast enough to accommodate anything that arises. So meditation opens us up, as I was saying earlier. It opens us up into the space of, okay, I can hold this. I can sit with it. I don't have to react. I can just let it be. She says it allows you to see something fresh that you've never seen before, or to understand something new that you've never understood before. How many times have you looked at a problem again and again and again, and you just can't see the solution to that problem? And you just put it aside, and then you just settle down. And sometimes you forget about it. You go on to the next thing, the next project, and all of a sudden, something comes, some clarity comes. This clarity arises. You're like, oh, there's that thing I was thinking about the other day, and this solution just came to me. Because space gets freed up. It's when you least expect it, it comes to you. I'm going to share one last one because I thought this was wonderful. She calls it no big deal. Yes, with meditation, you may experience profound insight, or the magnificent feeling of grace or blessing, or the feeling of transformation and newfound courage. But then, no big deal. Meditation helps us cultivate this feeling of no big deal, not as a cynical statement, but as a statement of humor and flexibility. You've seen it all, and seeing it all allows you to love it all. She was sharing this quote in relation to her experience with one of her meditation teachers, someone she highly respected and revered, actually. And she felt that she had done exceptionally well that day. And so she went up to him and she said, Rinpoche, can you believe it? It was so amazing. And sparks were flying, and she was so excited. And he looked at her, he said, yes. And she said, did you hear what I said? And she goes on, and I guess she was expecting him to be like, I'm so proud of you. You're amazing. Pat yourself on the back. But he just said, yes, wonderful, and no big deal. Because if we can do that with the highs, no big deal, then we can do that with the lows, no big deal, right? It's all beautiful. It's not that he didn't admire or validate what she had experienced, but he wanted her to remember, it's all good. It's all no big deal. So as we settle into our meditation tonight, let's just remember this, that however we are this evening, however we feel, it's all beautiful. It's all good. It's all no big deal. So let's take a nice deep breath together. Let's just inhale and exhale. Just let the breath be. You don't have to do any special breathing, whatever feels right for you. Just notice the breath. Notice what's around you. And if anything distracts you, just let it be. Let it go, like a balloon floating in the air. It might be the air conditioning or cars passing you by, a family member speaking in the next room. But you just come back to your breath, come back to your body. Everything else is no big deal. Let's just take one more breath together, inhaling and exhale, release. Just settle into the quiet. And when it is time, I will bring us back into this space. as we slowly, gently come back into this physical space from within, keeping our eyes closed for a few more minutes, just letting us come back to this space and time, recognizing the oneness, the all that is, the union of each and every co-creator here this evening, the union with each other, the union with Source, life, love, the one mind. Knowing this evening has filled our hearts, leaves us expanded, allowing us to be gentler with ourselves, with others, kinder, more peaceful, more loving, more connected. Knowing that this evening ripples far beyond this hour together, that those we encountered are touched, that this energy flows even beyond the physical. Knowing full hearts and deep gratitude for this time together, for this community, for this sanctuary, for this center, for each person that co-creates this evening together. I'm so filled with love, so filled with peace, so filled with deep appreciation for each and every person here this evening. It is with this full and grateful heart I release my word to the law, knowing it is all done, knowing it is all so. And I affirm this by saying, and so it is. Thank you, everyone. How are you all feeling? Good? Nice. Thank you again, everyone, for being here this evening. Remember, on Sundays, we do have two services. We have a 9 o'clock and a 10:30. The 10:30 is live streamed if you can't make it in person. And this Sunday is our quarterly potluck. So come on over, bring a friend, have some good food, some good conversation, and just see, if you feel like connecting and getting more involved, we have so many events, like Debbie read earlier. There's so many events going on. The street fair, we have our Harvest Fest coming up. I don't think it made it into these announcements, but we have another set of announcements next week coming up. So just come on in and join us. And next week, next Wednesday is our special fundraiser here. It's the 18th, right? Next Wednesday with Wayne Moore. It's a night of music, and it's to benefit our center. So come. Oh, that's on the 25th. I apologize. That's on the 25th. The 18th is the bowls? Yes. 18th is a Tibetan bowls. Also a wonderful evening. I've been to 2 of them now, and I always leave here just resonating with all of that. It's just beautiful. Thank you again, and I hope to see you all soon.